Hey, Charles here with IGN. We're checking out BioWare's The Old Republic. Alongside me is Nick Colin.
What's up?
And I'm playing an Inquisitor class here, and I wanted to show off how crafting and companions work in the game. So who cares about my guy for now? Let's talk about Chemval. Every class in the game gets a specific companion after you do the initial sort of story quest line. You'll notice I'm level 10. I got him actually a few levels before this, so it doesn't take very long to get a companion. Crafting works where you can pick sort of a production profession. Let's see, I have to go to crew skills, which are one of these.
Oh, you passed it. It was crew window.
I got it here. So yeah, you pick like biochem is my production, bioanalysis lets me gather things such as this enemy and do some bioanalysis. You see a little meter down here, and there we go. I collected some green goo. Totally what I wanted to do. And then Underworld Trading, which I'll explain in a minute. This is the max you can have, so if I wanted to learn something else, I'd have to cross these out and replace it. So you can't
you can only have 3 skills at once.
Yeah, you can't take everything on. So let me get on a speeder bike here. I'm going to go into the main town in Cost City. This is how you basically get around quickly along maps without leaving the planet.
Now you can actually get... most classes have more than one class-specific companion. Although it seems like some of your decisions you make may alter when or how you get an extra companion.
That's true. Now, as you do continue to level up, like you see this window here, it looks kind of empty. These will fill up with more companions, so you'll have more people to do things. Not only does that help you in battle, I hope I went to the right one. I think I did. Please make a right turn. Yes. So not only will that help you in battle because they actually have different skill sets, but you can also send them on missions. So if I wanted Chemval here to build a med pack with this is my biochem crafting skill, I can basically order it from here. And then he will essentially, once he's here, there he is, you can see him standing there. If I order one of these, he will disappear for a certain amount of time in order to complete that task. So I can see a little countdown bar shows up. Time remaining, 50 seconds or whatever. So it only takes him like a minute to build one of these things. Now I need to go around in the city and go to here. Oh, well, that doesn't really work.
You're gonna have to do it on foot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hoof it in there. Yeah, so he'll be gone doing that, and that actually comes into play for when you want to build. Let me bring that menu back up. When you want to build specific items in biochem. Which will give me a med pack in this case, and these level up as you do it, and then you can purchase new things at trainers, which is sort of what I'm heading towards right now. This is in Cost City, which looks actually pretty cool.
What's particularly interesting is not only do you get new items from trainers, you can actually learn them randomly by breaking down items you can make or have already made. So if you make a whole bunch of boots just to grind your skill up, you can break them down again, and you have a chance of learning like a critical, basically, recipe of that item.
Yeah, that's true. You have essentially there's essentially a critical hit chance of learning something cool when you go out to craft stuff. And here you can see my med pack showed up. Chemval comes back. He's ready to do something else. So you do have the standard crafting ability, or you can do bioanalysis. And you can send your companions on little missions here. This costs money. It takes a little longer. Like these are 3-minute missions. But these come in handy. And here's Underworld Trading, which is strictly missions. These come in handy because they bring back unique items that you can then use in your biochem. And if you actually check out the log here, your codex, when you're eventually going through or initially going through all these skills, it'll recommend down here which skills you should actually pair together so that you're not making a mistake and you're not running around with things that don't make any sense.
That's right.
And the reason I've chosen biochem at this point is because I am basically a healer build and I am not armored very well. So I like having these and these stims, which actually buff primary statistics for significant periods of time. So this is a 60-minute buff of strength, which I don't really care about for this guy, but this would be nice, willpower. So yeah, that kind of stuff comes in pretty handy. You can also do a whole bunch of other stuff in terms of the crafting. You can make armor, you can make weapons. If I can just show off real quick, you can make different components to go in your lightsaber, because I am sort of a Sith warrior, well, not a warrior, Inquisitor. I do carry a lightsaber, so I can put in color crystals that have stat bonuses, hilts, modifications, and enhancements. That is not made by the specific profession that I am with right now, but is something that other characters will be building and will be. Here you can see one of the cutscenes in action. I'm just gonna. Oh, do not reset skill points, please. Thank you. All right, well, I'm gonna get out of there. I don't want to talk to that guy too much.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. In terms of what you can actually do with your companion, so the companion actually is completely equipable. So you can find companion armor all throughout the game, build implants to equip weapons, all this different type of stuff, which affects their stats.
A lot of the companions share similar gear to yourself, but you can also find companions that have completely different types of gear.
Yeah, and you'll notice
droids out there that use like droid-specific weapons, droid-specific armor that you could never ever equip.
Yeah, and you'll notice here in the windows it says requires Chemvol, so I can't equip anything on this particular companion. I have to find Chemvol specific equipment, which usually comes via quests, at least from what I've seen so far. The companion also has a totally unique skill bar, which I can basically put him on autopilot and let him fight alongside me if I want to, or I can bring the skill bar over here and I can click on these individually just as if it were my skill bar and basically essentially play two characters at once. Which I mean, for somebody who really likes to micromanage, get the most out of their characters, is pretty cool.
Or someone who likes to two-box but doesn't have a second computer.
Yeah, and I mean, eventually, what I would like to do, this character isn't going to work, so it'll eventually get erased because this is beta and everything like that. But yeah, so you have multiple characters in here. Everyone's going out on different missions to find stuff for you. They all have sort of specific bonuses down here. Which I think has to do with their affinity. I may be wrong on that, but your companions they will like you more or less depending on what you say in conversation.
Under their portrait, they've got in the crew management window, they've got a little bar. That's the affection bar.
Yeah, affection bar. So you can see 53 out of 10,000.
So he's way ahead.
So I don't really have much to do here except for a whole lot. Yeah, so if you're in a dungeon, because if you're in a 4-person group in a dungeon, you can't actually have companions active while you're playing with others. You can basically just keep assuming you have the money to activate the missions, you just keep sending your companion out on different missions. And so they'll be bringing things back to you as you're doing something else, which is nice for, just being efficient with how you create things and how you collect things so that you can, level all this stuff up and go on to make some really interesting things, hopefully, further down the line. I haven't seen all that you can create. But yeah, that's a preview of how companions work, how they aren't just some random guy that runs around with you. They're very integral to the experience, and I think they're really well designed.
Yep. For more on Star Wars, head back to IGN.